Welcome to RC Cars R Us. Just a quick video on the Neo. I'm doing some late night wrenching today. A bit of a clean up while I'm watching a little bit of TV. So basically the Neo, which is actually in in old track conditions, basically the clutch was being a bit difficult. It was starting to really hard to get going, and this is when I took it out with my friend. I think there's a video previously beforehand. We met a new guy that had the same car as me, and he tuned my engine up on the high end. When I mean high end, like rev it right up the high end and tuned it that way, which I know about, but I've never really done it myself. I've kind of tuned it right, taking it out for a run, listen to what's going on, then tune it, and then take it out for a run, then tune it. So I call that kind of like the low end, because it's at idle when you're making the adjustments. But he does it the opposite way. He revs it a lot and does the adjustments as he's revving it. So I just wanted to know how that style was. It seems to be alright, actually. It just, when it idles, it cuts out. So it's kind of like the opposite. It's kind of like the opposite of what I do is when I think it's always rich and it purrs perfectly, but I just think it's rich. He's done it, it's always lean. It's very lean to that engine, for that engine, but it cuts out when it idles. You can put the idle up, but it doesn't, it's not at the right idle speed. Like these engines like to settle at an idle speed. It finds it difficult to set at that. So, you know, I've left the car like that. Let's see how it goes. I might adjust it on top of that and see what happens. But I was quite intrigued, like someone to do that, and I kind of don't mind, you know, them sort of tuning it that way, because you can learn both ways. I could always put it back to settings if I don't like it, and do it my way, like continue doing it my way. But I've always thought these KE21s are very smoky, but at the moment it's less smoky. And but it just, when it idles, it doesn't idle for long. But it's like that anyway. Like if you're idling, it does bog down, gets oily. It's like it bogs down and all that. But also on top of that, my clutch was on its way out. Don't worry about these shoes. I was just seeing if these actually fit. And I've actually bought the proper clutch for it now. So yeah, it's in race condition. Yes, I've got to clean it. Also the diff was leaking slightly. I don't know why. I've upgraded the diff to the 2-gear version, and but the drive cups, I've changed the drive cups on here because they had massive dents in it, and the drive cups in the diff had massive dents in it. So I managed to get a whole complete diff on eBay, brand new, was £22 when the cups themselves were 15. So I just bought the whole diff again, which gave me the brake discs, the mount and all that kind of stuff. It's just that my diff, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. Let's put that away because I don't really need that now. So I need my engine. Let's see the parts we got. This is the clutch shoes. So these are the brand new clutch shoes, and with my clutch, the spring was broken. I did put the alloy clutch in there and it had worn away. In fact, where are they? So that's a new one. There's my old one. So that's what the old one looks like. So you can see the grooves are completely gone. That's pretty quick as well. I'm not too sure why that is. I think this was a, oh, it looks like the original clutch. So it looks like he had this car longer than what I thought it was. He just had it in good condition, because there's some parts on there, like these. See, like these cups are worn there. You know, that takes a long time to do that. So I've upgraded these gears. You only get one set, and I've done two. You see in a previous video I've done that. So this is the original clutch. So you can see where this usually has a channel here where the spring sits, like this. If I take these out, that's the part number if you want to get a Neo clutch shoe set, sorry. And yeah, that's the difference. So you can see the difference. So that is worn right down. Quite surprised at that. I've had clutches in cars probably 10 years, a good 10 years, and the clutch shoes have never worn out this bad. So anyway, one of the springs broke inside the clutch, so actually only one clutch shoe was operating. So yeah, I've got to change that. So that's the other one, and the spring, see this one? The spring is actually stuck inside. So one broke, and then this spring I can't even get out. So you can see the difference there. Don't worry about the gloves, I've got one premium one and one cheap one on. So you can see that in there. Totally worn out. So it was operating by itself, and so that is the diff. This is the other part of the diff. So I've got steel spur on this one, and it was slightly leaking. Don't know where from. I think it was leaking from here or inside this part. But slowly I'm just changing these parts. So I've got that there, but I ended up buying. So I ended up buying a complete diff, because just to buy these cups, just to buy these, with £15 alone, just these two, and I bought the whole. Let's put that to one side there, because I don't want to get this too dirty until I work on it. So I ended up buying this whole mechanism for £22. And most probably what I'm going to do is actually build this here, like swap all these bits over with these brake levers, because this is all the right way, and then put the steel spur on this one, build this one as a spare, because if that's leaked, I'm thinking these rubbers are going to be a lot more better. So yeah, I think I'm going to do the clutch first. So we're going to do this on the rubber mat. I'm going to get a cotton bud to just clean all the dust off. So it go into a time lapse, and I'll see you on the other side. Shouldn't be taking me long, if I can remember which way to put the clutch and the springs. Right, I thought I'd stop there. So I've changed the spur gear over. So I've just added it to this and then put the new gasket and seal on here, and it's got the new seal. So yeah, that's ready to go back in the car. Yeah, it's absolutely trashing it down that side, and I'm on dark mode, as in I haven't got the main lights on, I've just got the bench lights on, so I apologise if you haven't got super light, but everything's done. I'm going to put this car to one side because I'm going to clean it before I set up the linkages and make sure these are all right, and also the carburetor linkage, because when I adjust these normally I make the carburetor a little bit out. So yeah, I'm going to set that up tomorrow after I've cleaned it. I'm going to put this diff back together, and I'm actually going to make this diff up with, I don't know, should I put 7,000 in it? I don't know, might put 7,000 in it, and then just keep it to one side, and then, you know, if this destroys itself or something like that, at least I've got something on track. I can just swap it over and set the linkages up again. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put that to one side. So I'll see you on the next one. Please click on the bell and subscribe. I need to get my subscribers up. I know I'm not consistent with the content, but yeah, I'm kind of really trying. And I feel like all of this is repetitive. So, you know, with the other channels, I've always got more new cars and all that kind of stuff and all that, and I can't really afford all that yet. So yeah, it is kind of like the range of cars I got. I try and make them get different cars in, but normally they're all going to be used. So I just go through the trials and tribulations of actually correcting it before I could use it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.